lens.
No, not lens. She said, get a new laptop. I said, look, new laptop, this is working fine. Why should I get a new laptop? Nein. Also, kaufe dir einen neuen Laptop. Okay, diese Kamera werfe ich los, weg. Nein. Ich kaufe mir eine neue Kamera, das ist billiger. Nein, kaufe dir einen neuen Laptop. So, Kinder, die Lösung von den Kindern ist ganz anders. Und dann gestern, ja?
Doctor hat viel Freiheit mit ihrer Vater.
Ja. She is, something like that. So, I think I indulge her a little too much. So, das passiert auch, ne? Zu Hause mit Kindern. Es pfeift. Versteht ihr das Wort pfeifen? Pfeifen? Yeah.
Referee. Even Pfeifen halter. What is the word for referee? Umpire. Pfeifer. Whatever.
Schiedsrichter. Referee, Schiedsrichter. So pfeifen to whistle. So im Hintergrund pfeift es. Mein Kaffee ist jetzt schon bereit. Komme gleich.
Ja, guten Tag, alle.
Guten Tag.
So normally the teacher is away, the students will speak in any class.
Yeah, kein Problem.
But here everybody is muted.
Rest ist. Du hast Rest.
So, wer hat Recht und warum?
When der Lehrer weg ist, sprechen alle Studenten. Normalerweise.
Und dann spricht weiter, ich bleibe weg.
Aber heute beobachtet ich, dass alle sind Strom gestellt und bleibt ganz ruhig.
Ja, wenn die Katze weg ist, tanzen die Mäuse.
Ja.
So wird es auf Deutsch gesagt. Versteht ihr denn das Sprichwort alle? When the cat is away, the mice will play. So, wenn die Katze weg ist, tanzen die Mäuse. Die Maus, plural, die Mäuse. Cat is away, all the mice will dance. Right? So. Ja, Nitesh ist auch da. Nee, wo ist der? Er hat sich gerade angemeldet. Da ist er. So, wie geht's? Alles gut und munter?
Ja, alles in Butter.
Alles in
Butter.
Ja, alles in Butter. Ja, was du immer sagst, hat heute Giet gesagt. Ich freue mich sehr. Also so lernen wir zusammen immer. Sehr, sehr gut. Ich habe eigentlich eine Bitte an alle. Es ist sehr gut, dass Sie dann mich die Aufgaben per WhatsApp schicken. Aber das Problem mit WhatsApp, vor allem, das ich mit WhatsApp habe, ist folgendes. Das ist ein Bild, was Sie mich schicken. What you send me is a picture. That picture cannot be corrected. I cannot edit that picture. So it would be better if all of you could work in the Word document I've sent you, MS Word. This is exactly like Vasu had done, and I think Kushi also had done. In the Word document, there's enough space. If there's not space, then you can always adjust the spacing there. Type it and send that typed thing back to me by email. If I have to write any comments or correct it, then I can do it directly there on the document itself, which will then be a permanent record for you. Here, you will have to save the picture and my comments separately. Erstens. Zweitens, I have to move between the picture and the comments that I'm passing. That toggle between one and the other takes up a lot of time in the correction. It's doable, definitely. Das ist machbar, aber ist dann etwa problematisch. So mir wäre es
unwendungsfreundlich. Es ist nicht unwendungsfreundlich. How do you say? It's not user friendly. Anwendungsfreundlich, oder?
Unfreundlich. Aber man sagt das auch auf Englisch hier. Das ist nicht user-friendly. Also man muss dann umschalten, Toggle. Einmal Bild und einmal tippen und einmal Bild und einmal tippen. Und das lässt sich nicht in zwei Teilen auf dem Bildschirm stellen. Because I'm working on a laptop. I can do it on the bigger computer. So just type everything out on the Word itself. In the same document that I sent you, just type it out in that. Save it in that. That's not an issue. And send that to me. Then I'll send back my comments to you. Yeah, so for example, with the permission of, das ist typisch Deutsch, huh? With the permission of Khushi or Vasu,
I've raised my hands. It's yours.
Nee. Aber du hast dann deine Arbeit geschickt. So with the permission of Khushi and or Vasu, I'll show you how it's done or how they have done it. So, see? Übungen zum Temporalsatz mit nachdem, and the blank that I've given, Khushi has filled in the word. Right? Similarly, if there's something wrong here, I've highlighted and given a comment here. Instead of Erzähler, it should have been Schreiber, Zuhause should have been Nachhause, and so on. The same thing with Vasu also. The Sitze mit nachdem, I haven't done the final thing. Once this is over, I'll remove all the comments. I don't need the comments anymore. Vasu has put this beautifully for his reference. I don't know how he did it, but it's beautifully put so that he could refer to this and then solve the exercise. So, see. Very simple. You can have this separately, or if you want, you can paste it here. It's excellent for Nachschlagwerk, for reference work. Same thing here, where there was a correction necessary. I've highlighted that and put the comment. Also freuen, it should have been not frighten and presence. So it will be very nice because everything goes at one go. And if you have doubts, das Kommentar ist nicht klar oder ihr versteht das Kommentar nicht, ihr seid mit der Korrektur nicht einverstanden, können wir gleich das besprechen. So, take your time, keine Eile, do it at a leisurely speed. Where there is a necessity or urgency involved, das sage ich euch, das gebe ich euch Bescheid. Please do this immediately. Otherwise, take your time. But see if you can finish the assignments, the Aufgaben that I give you, because it's basically practice that we are doing. That's all. Nicht mehr. Üben. Übung macht den Meister. Das wissen wir alle. Und man sagt auch auf Deutsch, es ist kein Meister vom Himmel gefallen. Did you know this proverb?
Ja.
Es ist kein Meister vom Himmel gefallen.
Gefallen.
Der Himmel, heavens. So there is no master who has fallen from heaven, literally. So no one is a born master. One has to practice. Even the best of the best have to practice. And it's only through
Ich habe eine
practice.
Frage.
Yeah.
To read, to make a better reading, you just give a hint to us. Keep the finger in the next word from which we are reading. I tried it 2-3 days, but I'm not able to do it because wherever I'm keeping my finger, that I am reading. I'm not able to move my finger to the next word. Am I doing right?
Yeah. Ich verstehe. Yes, initially that problem would be there.
Okay. How long? So some 10 days, 15 days? Because I tried. That's the reason I kept quiet for 2-3 days.
Yeah.
Even today morning, it happened to me. Wherever I'm keeping my finger, my eye is seeing, my mind is reading. It is not going to the next word.
Yeah, I know. That happens. It's a little bit of practice here, Vasu.
Okay. Then I'll practice for a few more days.
Because that is something that has happened to me also. Right in the beginning.
Then I'm in the right direction.
Yeah, very much.
Okay, good.
Mit Übung kann man das beherrschen. Ja, wenn man viel mehr übt, das kann man dann beherrschen.
Okay, danke.
Okay, so don't panic. Because this is what I went through when I tried this trick. You have to keep moving it like this and keep your finger on the word. For example, seht ihr denn mein Bildschirm? Alle?
Ja.
Also, I put my finger here, also my cursor. I'm about to start with this. So I first move it here. Im Mai ist das Ehepaar Leiskert zu seiner Weltreise mit dem Schiff aufgebrochen. Aber then now start moving. Can you try now, Vasu?
Ja. Thomas ist mir seiner Familie in sein Traumhaus in den Bergen gezogen, leider.
Genau.
Gezogen. Leider? Yeah.
And you've started reading a little bit faster now.
Yeah, than last week. Yeah, that's true.
It may be this, it may be your own practice that has helped you, even without the finger technique. The finger technique is a technique normally used for Kinder. Wenn Kinder etwas lesen, da steht der Finger auf dem Buch.
Aber and then richtigen Wort, nicht in den next Wort.
Genau, also sie müssen zuerst lernen, wie man das Wort ausspricht und liest. Aber beim schnellen Lesen steht der Finger auf das nächste Wort. Only then you can read faster. Remember, your eyes move faster than you can articulate the word. So when you do your stillen Lesen, beim stillen Lesen bedeutet silent reading, kann man schneller lesen. Your eyes move very fast because you don't have to articulate the words. So if I try to speak as fast as my eye movement, I might make mistakes in the pronunciation. For 2 Jahren, if you are just stuck here, I'm here in the States. So you get stuck because you're trying to read as fast as you are looking at it. So there's no harm going it. Vor 2 Jahren eröffnete Frau Sauer eine eigene Boutique, aber und so weiter.
Okay, so I'm in the right track. I'll follow this. Thank you so much.
Yes, just practice a bit, or you're free to develop your own trick.
I don't want to reinvent the wheel.
It's up to you. You develop your own tricks. I don't have a patent on them. I'm only sharing what I felt was good for me. It may not be good for you. You may have another way out. Go ahead. Feel free. So, jetzt an das Thema zurück.
Ja.
So, ja, die Adjektive haben wir im Buch schon behandelt. Und jetzt können wir diese linke Spalte mit der rechten Spalte, Column, die Spalte, Column. So can we unite the left column with the right column?
Sir,
Seitennummer. Hast du ein Buch oder ein PDF?
PDF.
Seite 10. Seite 10.
Es ist da oben.
Nee, also das ist ein Problem hier. Ja, das steht hier da oben, genau. Also das ist Seite 10. If you have a book, then it's page 9. This is 8 in the book. Yeah? And this is page 9.
You know why the two numbers difference?
I think the PDF scanning reformulates or rearranges the numbers,
No,
right?
they don't count the first cover. Cover is first and second page.
Is it?
Yeah. 1 and 2 is cover number. They don't count it. But our computer counts.
Ah, okay. Also 1,
Ja.
2,
Ja.
oder schon 3, genau. Ja, genau, stimmt. This is page 3, whereas this is showing page 4. Ja, genau. So, let's come down here. Können wir diese zuordnen? Do you know the trick? Es gibt hier Konnektoren. Aber, zweimal aber, dann leider und dann einmal der Satz mit trotz. So when you say aber, where does the verb come?
Aber named null
Null
position.
position.
So
Null Position. Null Position. Okay. So then we look at this sentence and get the meaning here. Im Mai ist das Ehepaar Leiske zu seiner Weltreise mit dem Schiff aufgebrochen. Ein interessantes Wort hier, aufbrechen. Was bedeutet auf eine Reise aufbrechen? Auf einer Reise aufbrechen. Oder hier eine Reise, can you give me a synonym here? Instead of aufbrechen, ja?
angefangen.
Absagen.
Nein, angefangen, also mit einer Reise angefangen.
Okay.
Ja, anfangen mit, to begin with. So what is the colloquial meaning here of aufbrechen?
Starten.
Yeah, to start. Well done. It can also be, for example, to set out on a journey. Remember that colloquial thing? He sets out on a journey. In English, to set out, that is the meaning here. Aufbrechen. Und man kann hier auch sagen, mit einer Reise anfangen, to begin with a journey. So instead of aufbrechen, aber aufbrechen, das ist sehr, sehr umgangssprachlich. It's very colloquial. Very colloquial. Of English heißt es to set out on a journey, to begin a journey, to start a journey. These are all simple terms. Good language will say he set out on a journey. Yeah, so aufbrechen auf Deutsch. Very colloquial. Very, very colloquial. Brechen, brach, gebrochen. Aufbrechen, to set out. You have to choose the right meaning. Aufbrechen hat verschiedene Bedeutungen. Aufbrechen also means to break something. For example, the lock, a lock on a door. You can't break the lock. That is also Aufbrechen. Früh 5 Uhr, early 5 Uhr, oder früh morgen 5 Uhr, brachen wir nach Berlin auf. Early in the morning at 5 o'clock, we set out for Berlin. Right? Das kann man auch sagen. So, jetzt Nullposition. Was passt hier?
Day.
Day.
Day hier oder?
Day.
Sicher?
Yeah, because Seekrank is associated with ship.
Genau. Was ist seekrank?
Seasickness.
Yeah.
Ja, Vasu?
Seasickness.
Seasickness. Anybody has ever been seekrank?
Eye problem.
Yeah? Yeah, Anbarasi? Or is it Uma?
Yeah, Uma sir.
Yeah, were you, yeah? So, was is seekrank sein?
Is it vomit or?
Yeah,
Vomit.
Yeah,
symptom.
what else? Yeah?
Since we are floating every time, we
Yeah?
tend to have seasickness like vomiting, giddiness, nausea, drowsiness.
Yeah.
All
And there
those
is
things,
there is a reason I ask you, because seekrank sein involves erbrechen. We just did Aufbrechen, to set out. Man erbricht. Erbricht. Vomit.
To throw out.
Yeah? Akushi, bolo.
No, sir, I'm asking for the meaning. Abrasion.
To vomit. Ulti karna.
Vomit.
Okay.
Ich weiß nur Durchfall. Okay. This is ascendary. Okay.
Yeah. But you can have both.
Yeah.
You can have, when
You
you
have
have
food
both.
poison.
Yeah, food poisoning, you vomit and also have loose motions, then it is called Brech-Durchfall.
Okay.
That is diarrhea with vomiting. Brech-Durchfall. The sisters here can help us. Some of them have done nursing, so they would know about this. And there's another word here, Abbrechen. What is then Abbrechen? Und die Antwort ist richtig, ja?
Appreciate. Yeah, it's breaking. We need to stop the tour.
Correct. To break up the journey, literally to break it. In other words, to stop. If you are using a simpler word, can you give me a simpler word instead of Abbrechen?
Aufhören.
Aufhören, genau. But then again, aufhören mit. You'll have to reformulate the sentence. Im Mai ist das Ehepaar Leiske mit der Weltreise oder zu seiner Weltreise mit dem Schiff angefangen oder haben angefangen. Aber der Ehemann wurde seekrank und sie mussten mit der Tour aufhören. When we are doing exercises like this, I don't want to stop and show you these small things every now and then. See, just immediately start thinking in German. This is one way of Deutsch denken. How can I put this sentence differently with another structure? Is it possible? Yes. Yeah. Also wie. Which structure can I use here? Auf Deutsch. It will help you increase your vocabulary and practice your grammar. Let's not simply match as a 1D, 2C, 3B, 4A. Okay, solved. Next exercise, 9. That's not the way to learn language. We're not here just to solve the exercises and say, okay, we have done this book. 9. Wir müssen auch was dabei lernen. Also, der Ehemann oder
anstatt leider kann ich benutze aber auch.
Wo denn? Nee, leider, das ist eine Trauer eigentlich, ne? It's something sad.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Unfortunately. So, zu seinem Unglück oder zum Unglück, you can put it in that manner.
Yeah.
That's possible. So, Nummer 2.
Können Sie bitte the cursor get to zeigen? Yeah. It's blocking the sentence. Okay.
Blockiert.
Blocking.
Ja, der Zeiger blockiert.
So, gefahren, Angebot nicht. Das ist ich auf kein Land.
Also,
okay. Wollte seine Kinder unbedingt wieder zurück in die Stadt.
genau. Also nach leider oder wenn leider an der Anfangsstelle steht, kommt gleich dahinter das Verb.
Ja.
There are 2 sentences here.
Wollten oder könnten?
Yeah.
Konnten.
So see the logic now. Thomas wollte in den Bergen ziehen, aber seine Kinder wollten in die Stadt bleiben. Match it. So in den Bergen gezogen. Ziehen. Was bedeutet ziehen hier?
Moving, transfer, change.
Move.
Move. Shifting.
Shift.
Ja?
Shift.
Er ist in ein Traumhaus in den Bergen gezogen. Ja, der Berg, die Berge. What do you call a group of mountains?
Mountain range.
Okay, that's one alternative. But when you say a group, the mountains,
Like
Gebirge
okay.
is a collective, das Gebirge. Mountains. A mountain chain would be Bergenkette. Bergenkette. K-A-T-T-A. Kette, chain. It's the same word that we have when you're wearing around your neck something. Halskette. Neck chain, literally. Halskette. Necklace.
But normalerweise benutzen wir Seil chain, right? Seilbahn.
Nee, that would be your ropeway. No? The Seil would be
Rope.
that would
Okay,
be
so
ropeway.
chain. Okay.
Earlier they used ropes. Now they have hawsers, no? Steel hawsers.
Yeah.
Okay. Vor 2 Jahren eröffnete. See the word eröffnen?
First time opening.
Yes, first time.
Super.
Move.
Ja, eine eigene Boutique. Aber
Dann Kunden gefiel ihr Angebot nicht.
super. So was bedeutet der Satz, people? What is the meaning here?
Customers do not like the offer.
Ja, die Kunden hat eine andere Gefühl.
Ein anderes Gefühl oder sie wollten was anders. I hope the sentences are clear to everyone. If anyone has a problem, ich wiederhole mich. Irgendeiner ein Problem hier hat mit den Sätzen, mit den Lösungen, bitte stoppt mich und frage mich danach.
Sir, Gefühl plural है क्या?
Gefühl is Präteritum.
Preteritum. Okay.
But Präteritum, why is it Gefühl and not Gefühlen? Because Präteritum verbs are also conjugated.
Yeah, okay.
Why is it singular here? Kushi?
Then Kunden, single customer.
Right? Der Kunde.
Yeah.
What is the subject here?
Subject is ear, sorry.
No, not ear.
Next, ear.
Here Angebot.
Angebot is the subject. The offer was not liked by the customers. Gefallen needs an dative object.
Yeah.
What is the dative object? Kunden.
Then Kunden, yeah.
Yeah, then Kunden is the dative
Yeah.
object. So
Yeah,
naturally,
plural dative.
so this is the subject here. If this is the subject, the verb has been conjugated according to the subject. Singular. Präteritum, singular. Gefallen, gefiel, gefallen.
Okay.
So, ihr Angebot gefiel den Kunden nicht.
Yeah.
Okay. Ganz langsam. It's very easy to decode it because German is very rigid in this rule. Very rigid. Okay. Und hier, natürlich gibt es nur die letzte Möglichkeit. Only one possibility.
Sir, say.
Ja, das ist die einzige Möglichkeit, was dann übrig bleibt. Übrig bleiben, what is left over? What remains here? What is the remainder? Ja, Per und Silvia wollten nach Afrika auswandern. Was ist auswandern?
To roam around.
Nein. Nein. Also nach Afrika auswandern.
Migrate.
Yes. They wanted to migrate to Africa. Leave Europe or wherever they were, and they wanted to migrate to Africa. That is auswandern. And what is einwandern?
Immigrate.
Yeah?
Immigration.
Yeah, to immigrate, to move into another country. That is einwandern. To move out of home country to another country is auswandern. Emigrate, immigrate. EMI. To go out into another country. Leave one's own country and go to another country. That is auswandern. And when you reach that particular country and you move into that country, then it is immigrate, einwandern. Okay, so trotz langer Diskussion konnten sie sich auf kein Land einigen. Sich einigen auf. How do we find out the meaning of this word without looking at a dictionary? Was haben wir hier?
Ein.
Ein. Was bedeutet das Wort ein? It can also be one.
Yeah, one.
Okay. Oder ein. Okay. Du sagst ein Land, ich sage auch ein Land. Beide Länder sind ein Land. Dein Land und mein Land zusammen sind ein Land. Also, wir haben uns geeinigt. United. So what would be this word here? Einigen, the correct word.
Some.
Sich einigen auf.
Zusammen, oder?
Good.
Zusammen eine Entscheidung machen, oder?
Die gleiche Entscheidung machen.
Ja.
Das ist richtig. Die gleiche Entscheidung treffen. Reach the same decision. In other words, einverstanden sein, to be in agreement. So sich einigen, to agree, to reach an agreement.
Zustimmen, oder?
Zustimmen. This is the same word, ein, which is there to describe America, die Vereinigten Staaten. In German, the USA is called die Vereinigten Staaten. Vereinigen. The states have been united, brought together. So these sind schon vereinigt. They are united. And together they form a country. So die Vereinigten Staaten.
Then United Kingdom is Vereinigten Kingdom, oder?
It should be, but then it is called Königreich Britannien.
Yeah, Großbritannien.
Yeah, because when you say United Kingdom, it includes a lot of other countries.
5 countries, yeah. 5 countries, yeah.
There could be some breakups coming up soon. Let's not discuss that now. But you're right.
So we cannot use the Vereinigten.
Of course you can. Of course you can. You say Vereinigtes König.
Okay. Kingdom.
Yeah, kingdom. That's correct. Du hast recht schon, ja, Vasu. Vereinigtes Königreich. Das ist das politische Name. The politically correct description. Das Vereinigte Königreich von Großbritannien.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
When we here is a trots, na, the connector is or a different word. While
It's the same word. Yeah.
We use it with trots them. Is this difference between trots them or
No.
the trots?
This is a preposition here.
Okay. There is a preposition.
Trots them is a connector.
Yeah, that is a
Trots
connector.
is a genitive preposition. Genitive preposition.
Thank you.
No problem. So in spite of long discussions, plural, Diskussion, die Diskussion singular, Diskussionen plural. In spite of long discussions, they could not agree to any country. Okay, so any questions here?
Sir, was hast du gesagt für leftover? Übrig? Okay.
Yeah.
सर गेनेटिव प्रीपोजिशन के बाद सर गेनेटिव लगता है ना, जैसे वेगन हो गया तो वेगन डेस या डेयर, तो इसमें थ्रॉट्स के बाद डेयर या डेस कुछ भी नहीं लगा है.
Owner article, yeah. Diskussionen, plural, genitive plural, vegan langer, owner article. This is owner article, no?
Yeah.
Even with vegan, it can be owner article.
Okay.
Not necessary. You don't have to say because of the. It's because of.
ओके, विदाउट आर्टिकल्स भी यूज कर सकते हैं।
Yeah.
ओके
Possible, why not?
सर, क्या?
Yeah, bitte. You can,
नहीं
ja, trotz, also Präposition mit dem Genitiv kann man auch ohne Artikel verwenden, benutzen.
ओके सर।
So you don't have to say trotz der langen Diskussionen. Wenn wir sagen, also wenn wir den bestimmten Artikel hier verwenden, das bedeutet, wir wissen schon über diese Diskussion. Das ist schon bestimmt. It's already determined, fixed, known. That's why we use a definite article. An indefinite article is a generalization. Kleine Kinder machen große Probleme. A generalization. Small children make big problems. Generalization, small children anywhere in the world. So I don't have to be specific, die kleinen Kinder.
ओके
Right? Alte Geräte machen auch Schwierigkeiten bei der Reparatur. Old devices, it can be anywhere, not the old devices. Ja, ich brauche nicht das Nomen spezifisch zu nennen. When you're not talking about it specifically, then we don't use the article. Simple. Any generalization, Verallgemeinerung, generalization is ohne Artikel. For example, look at illnesses. Krankheiten gibt es überall in der Welt. There are illnesses, diseases all over in the world. Not the diseases or the illnesses. Nicht die Krankheiten. Krankheiten, ohne Artikel. Don't think in any other language except German.
या ओके
Because mit dem Artikel, das ist ein Problem. Wir haben keine Artikelformen in unseren Sprachen. Because most of us base ourselves on this language or English, which is again a dangerous thing to do. Because we learn English through our languages, again a problem. So bitte nicht auf Englisch denken. English articles are not the same as the German article usage. So, diese Übung, Vasu,
Yeah.
du musst damit warten.
Yeah.
I'm giving you a new preposition here, warten mit. Warten auf is what we have done, to wait for. But you have to wait with this exercise. Keine Antwort bitte. Let the others try this. You already done this one.
I muted myself.
No, you don't have to mute yourself. Lautsprecher einschalten, aber stumm bleiben. Nicht sprechen. Come on, people. Start. That's perfect.
Gedacht.
Gedenk.
Yo, take it one at a time, all of you. One after the other. Vasu, you do supervision. Oh, this is too small. You supervise. Ja, Nummer 1. Herr und Frau Leisker berichten. Wir haben nicht daran, we'll do this. Jeet, we start with you. Haben,
Gedacht.
was? Gedacht, danke.
Gedankt?
Ja, gedacht.
Gedacht.
Complete the sentence still here, Jeet.
Dass man sehr krank werden kann.
Okay, nächsten Satz. Ja, Oma, nächsten Satz.
Wir Haben nicht tested. Tested.
Moment. Noch einmal.
Getestet. Entschuldigen Sie. Wir haben nicht getestet, ob wir eine lange Schiffsreise vertragen.
Aha. Next, please.
Ob wir eine lange Schiffreise vertragen, bevor wir die Reise haben gebucht, gekannt, wir Schiffe nur aus dem Fernsehen.
Stopp. Vasu, kannst du das mal kontrollieren?
Ja, ich kann. Danke. Bevor wir die Reise gebucht hatten, kannten wir Schiffe nur auf dem Fernsehen.
Was bedeutet der Satz? Und zweite Frage, was ist before?
Bevor Präteritum, wir müssen benutzen hier.
Nee, was ist before? Was bedeutet dieser
Before.
Konnektor?
Before that.
Before that,
Previously.
Hey, come on, people. Just simply say, no, it's opposite of nachdem.
Okay.
before that, sir.
Yeah, so it's the opposite of nachdem, no?
Yeah.
Nachdem? What's bedeutet nachdem?
After that.
After. And what is before?
After.
Before.
Before is opposite of nachdem.
Before.
Before is before.
Yeah, but see, it's true, but the structure will be different. Meaning-wise, it is the opposite of nachdem. Then you can remember the structure better.
Because we
Easier.
dealt Nagam in depth. So if you understand it is opposite of Nagam, then we can apply the rule. Got it.
Yeah.
I got your idea.
Can now.
Okay, to the team. So what sir is expecting is already he taught us the rule for Nagdem.
Yeah.
So when we understand this is opposite of Nagdem, then we can implement the rule what we learned for Nagdem. Simple.
Right. So is this.
Yeah.
So before में पटेरिटुम आता है.
It's the other way
You
around.
just remember the steps.
Activity.
Jeet, you just remember the steps.
Activity.
In one sentence, if we get plusquamperfect, the second sentence preteritum should come. If it is in the present
Exactly.
tense, like that you remember the steps.
So now can you give me the sentence here?
Bevor
wir
wir die Reise gebucht haben, kannten wir Schiffe
Hatten.
nur
See,
aus dem
Hatten.
hatten, plural.
Hatte. Before we hatten, genau. So it's before we had booked, we only knew ships on TV. We had never been on a ship before that. That's it. It's very simple.
So can you repeat the sentence?
I won't. Vasu will because I've checked his exercise. Vasu.
Kushi, we are Musan here, plusquamperfect und preteritum benutzen.
So ist das.
So klar?
Ja, gebucht hatten.
Ja, hatten. Ja, gebucht hatten. Warum hatten? Wir, plural.
Ja.
So, gebucht hatten. That is a plusquamperfect in the erste Satze. Dann kennen. Preteritum for kennen is kannten.
Right.
Wir kannten.
Kennen, kannte, gekannt. Yeah, genau. One more thing. You cannot use the partizip zwei form without haben or sein. So don't say gekannten wir Schiffe. It's not possible.
Yeah.
When you use a GE form, there must be a haben or
Auxiliary
a
verb.
sein. Yeah, auxiliary verb. Hilfsverb muss da stehen. We can't say wir gegangen in die Stadt. Nein, wir sind in die Stadt gegangen.
Gegangen.
So there has to be an auxiliary verb. Gegangen cannot be used on its own as a verb, main verb. Ich gemachte die Arbeit ist falsch. Ich habe die Arbeit gemacht. So never use the participle form, participle 2, participle perfect, past participle. Never use this form as the main verb without haben or sein, depending on the verb, of course. No, it's not possible. Was ist denn hier vertragen? Ob wir eine lange Schiffsreise vertragen?
Just now we read eintragen, auftragen. Okay, that is
No, that's brechen.
brechen.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
What is vertragen?
Normalerweise the Vertrag is contract. It's another
Yeah.
word.
Yeah,
Capital V. Then
yeah, der Vertrag, yeah.
Vertrag.
Also,
Probieren oder gemacht.
let's take a sentence. I'll give you the English word for it here. Chilies. Yeah, green chili, red chili. And using the English word so that the meaning of the word doesn't confuse you. So viele green chilies kann ich nicht vertragen.
I can eat, I can taste. Or I
Take
can,
or not.
Nicht. Kann ich nicht vertragen. Yeah, Monica.
I cannot
Sit.
tolerate.
Good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because
That is the word.
Exactly.
with medicine we use this word. Nebenwirkungen sind vertragen.
So you have to, genau, that is the word, tolerate. So whether we can tolerate, endure such a long ship journey. Wir haben nicht getestet, ob wir eine lange Schiffsreise vertragen. Whether we can endure, whether we can bear, whether we can cope with such a long journey. Vertragen. If I remove the ver, was bedeutet tragen?
To carry.
To wear.
To carry.
Probieren.
No, to carry, tragen.
Is it so? Sport tragen, dress.
No.
Treiben.
Treiben.
Treiben. Okay.
Aber was bedeutet, die Frau trägt ein schönes Kleid?
To wear.
To wear, that is the other meaning. Sehr gut.
That's why I said probieren.
No, to hear it is to wear. And the word in English also, she carries the dress very well. In English, you use this word to carry for clothes. She carries off that dress very well. The same word carry is used in English as well. Okay. Jetzt Nummer 2. So the others, let's get going. Who has not done this? Rosie? Try this.
Ja, ich lese.
Ja, bitte.
Thomas schreibt, wir sein so
Oh, you have to conjugate it.
geballt.
You have to conjugate it. You have to decide whether it is in presence or the pluscuamperfect or the perfect. And since we have our preteritum, since we have only one blank, your answer is
Wir sind.
Moment. If you
Right?
say, yeah, wir sind, then
Yeah.
what would be the second one?
सर वारन होना चाहिए.
या ये भी हो सकता है.
Yeah, also
Thomas
build it
Wright.
themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, Thomas schreibt, wir waren so begeistert von dem Haus. We were so excited from the house, dass wir nicht lange genug gedacht
Not getting. Gedank.
Haben.
Nach.
Yeah, Uma?
Haben nach Gedank, sir.
Gedacht.
Haben not gedacht oder not gedacht haben?
Nachgedacht haben.
Gedacht haben.
Das connector. Okay, sir.
Nebensatz. Okay, so not gedacht haben. Okay, good. Stop. After we finish, Vasu will do the control Yubang once again. He has solved his exercise and sent it to me. I've corrected it and sent it back to him.
Can you please repeat this one, first one? Thomas Weir? Waren?
Wir waren,
So,
yeah.
Zuerst, ja, wir müssen entscheiden. Thomas schreibt. Normalerweise eine schriftliche Satz sollten im Präteritum sein.
Sehr good. So you remember the
So-
rule now? We're done.
Ja.
Well done.
So, es ist eine schriftliche Übung. So, wir benutzen Präteritum immer oder meistens.
Meistens.
here we are-
Well done.
Yeah. So, wir sein, past tense for sein is waren. Wir
Waren.
waren. So, wir
Waren.
waren.
Yeah.
Waren so begeistert von dem Haus, dass wir nicht lange genug hier wir müssen usen haben oder sein. So und es ist eine Nebensatz, so Verb am Ende. So nachgedacht haben ist das richtige Wort.
Correct. When you said Verb am Ende, welches Verb?
Helping verb. Helping verb.
Helfen.
No. Don't
Helping.
use the word helping verb because you'll
Helping verb.
yeah
in
you'll end
German.
up getting confused later.
Sir, conjugated verb.
Yeah.
That is the easier way out. Well done, Kushi. Sehr gut gemacht. The conjugated verb, right? Because there are other verbs which are also helping verbs, so-called helping verbs or auxiliary verbs.
Okay.
Think of it as a conjugated verb in English, aber auf Deutsch heißt das finite Verb, the
Finite.
finite verb. A finite verb is a verb that is conjugated. When I say infinite, it is the en form, infinitive. Ja, so wenn du sagst finite oder das finite Verb, das ist das konjugierte Verb.
Okay. Hier, ich habe eine Frage.
Ja.
Wir benutzen Präteritum.
Mhm.
So hier, es muss gedachten hatten. Why it is gedachten haben?
There's no nachdem, na? We were so impressed, we were so enthused by the house that we just didn't think long. English, I can't give you in English. English is always preteritum. So we have never thought about it because that impression was so strong about of the house that we have not thought about it.
Since I thought, okay, complete text should be in past tense, then that is the reason I made gedachten haben.
This is the problem. English is always preteritum, na? So English doesn't use this sequencing. We were so
that's right.
impressed, we were so enthused by the house that we did not think long about it. I won't say we have not thought. That perfect or that we had not thought. English doesn't use this so frequently.
That is my question. Let us keep English a bit aside. Now here,
Yeah.
if I go by the blank rule, if
Yeah.
it is schriftliche Übung, dann wir müssen immer Präteritum benutzen.
Yes, but then there's a sequence here. Na? There's
That's
a hidden
right. So in
sequence
this-
here.
Okay.
Thomas schreibt, wir waren so begeistert von dem Haus. So das. We were so impressed by the house that we did not give it much thought. We had not thought much about it.
That's right. Now, my question is only simple. This one.
Hmm?
Why it is hatten instead of why it is haben instead of hatten? If it is a past perfect, then I would have used hatten only.
Yeah, but
Nachgedacht.
for that, the correct sequencing will have to be brought out with nachdem. Na? There is no nachdem
Right.
here.
Got it. I understood. Okay. It's a violation of the other rule.
Correct. Und
Super.
jetzt kommt nach dem in dem nächsten Satz.
Perfect. Got it. Es ist glasklar.
Kristallklar.
Okay.
Kristallklar. Auf Deutsch sagt man kristallklar.
Okay.
Oh, well done.
15.
Yeah, who will do the next one? Der nächste Satz hat 3 Lücken, 3 Verben, also umziehen, merken und fehlen. So you start with erst and finish with fehlen. Come on, people. Who'll do this? I'll make it a little bigger. Yeah.
I
Erst
prefer.
nach dem,
Okay.
Yeah.
Priyamada.
Yeah, Rosie?
Priyamada is totally silent today.
Yeah, Premada will come into the picture. I'm going to ask her the next one.
Super. Rosie, please go ahead.
Sir,
erst nachdem wir ungezogen hatten,
Huh?
merkten wir, was uns alles fehlten.
Okay. Small mistakes. Usage is correct, but small mistakes. Controller, Vasu, what do you have in the U-Book?
Ja, wir muss immer Präteritum, simple Präteritum benutzen hier. So, zuerst wir, erstmals wir umgezogen. Oder
So erst nachdem wir
umgezogen. Oder
ja umgezogen hatten oder umgezogen waren.
Umgezogen
sir,
waren.
Varan.
Why umziehen? Why does umziehen come with sign?
So it's a
Why
movement. Movement. Moving.
So what does it mean, movement here? Jeet?
The movement. Like,
To relocate.
To relocate is good. To move to another house. So when you say wir sind umgezogen, that means we have shifted to a new house, another house. We are not living at the same address. We have a new address now. So when you want to say that we have shifted our house, we have shifted our residence, then the word umziehen, ein trennbares Verb, kommt mit dem Sein. Wir sind umgezogen. We have shifted. We have moved. But there is also another possibility. Sich umziehen. So was bedeutet sich umziehen?
We moved ourselves.
Nee, wir haben uns umgezogen. Ich habe mich umgezogen.
Yeah, I moved myself. We shifted ourselves.
No. Here it means I've changed my clothes. I've changed what I was wearing. I'm wearing something different. If you use it with sich, it means changing your clothes, shifting from one set of clothes to another set of clothes. Not house. There's a difference here. Hey, Moment, kannst du 5 Minuten warten? Ich sehe mich um. Can you just wait for 5 minutes? Ich ziehe mich um. I'll go and change. I'll wear another set of clothes. That is sich umziehen, to change your clothes. Whereas ohne sich, the verb that you form with sein, it means to shift residence, to change your residence. A very small difference, sich. On a very important rule now, any reflexive verb will form with haben.
Sir, einige lernen, sir.
Yeah?
Some sound is coming, sir.
Handi maybe somewhere.
Then others, please mute. Yeah.
Handi
Then
maybe.
the-
Yeah. So, erst Yeah, so when you say ziehen here, ziehen, zog, gezogen.
Sorry.
Ziehen.
Could you please, an important rule with the zish
Ja,
you mentioned. At the
ja.
time, the sound was there. We couldn't able to hear properly. Could you please repeat?
Bitte, kein Problem. Also
Thank you.
reflexive Verben bilden das Perfekt immer mit haben. Reflexive Verben bilden das Perfekt immer mit haben.
Okay,
It's a
sir.
rule.
Okay.
So if any reflexive verb you see, sich for something, and you are asked to form the perfect, then that verb will form its perfect with haben.
No,
Ich
waren or
habe mit, yeah?
even if it is a moving verb, we should use only haben. Sish.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But sich will not be moving, no?
But for example, changing the dress is a moving verb.
No,
Change
it's
of
not. No, I'm not. I'm only moving my arms, not myself. So German is funny. I can sit on the bed and change my clothes.
Yeah.
I'm not physically moving from my bed.
But aufwachen, there physically I'm not moving, but I'm changing the position.
No,
Aufschlafen. So
not necessary. Think of a hospital bed when the nurses and sisters come and help you change. You are in the same location, same position on the bed. You maybe raised a bit and put down there in the same position. That's it. See, when you say change or movement, it has to be physically from point A to point B. Not at the same location on the bed.
okay, super.
Oh, it's easy if you conceptualize it in that manner. Du hast gestern nach Logik gefragt, ne? Remember?
Yeah.
So Logik, in the same place. I am sitting on the chair. I take off my shirt. My hands, arms, thumbs, fingers are moving. Then I pull out the shirt from next to me. Wear that. Trousers, while sitting here, I pull down my trousers and pull on the new pair. I've not physically moved from this chair.
Okay, so this is always with haben. Understood.
Yes.
Taken. Point taken.
So, okay.
No,
But
yeah.
just remember that, because don't let this confuse you ever. Okay. Then the rest is okay?
Yeah.
Merkten wir, was uns alles fehlte? Not fehlten. The subject is was. Was uns alles, this is singular, not uns. Object, uns is an object. Object can never conjugate a verb. So careful. Yeah. So next one. Wir
Sir, Kyontun.
This is a story ohne Umlaut O konnten, nicht könnten, sondern O konnten. Konnten, also O Umlaut ist nur bei Konjunktiv 2 and that we will be doing very soon. So wir konnten, remember this is Thomas Schreib. Take the hint that Vasu gave in the beginning. Thomas is describing something that has happened to him. Eine Erfahrung wird hier beschrieben, is described here. Und bei der Schriftsprache, das ist meistens Präteritum. It's mostly in past tense. So we could not schnell einmal ins Kino gehen oder Freunde treffen because of the house which was so far away. And this part here, schwer fallen, to be problematic. I've given you a hint. Was kommt hier? Haben oder sein?
Sir, Sir, hat.
Full sentence.
Kinden.
No, kinder is object.
Das hat.
Okay.
Das hat besonders den Kindern
Das ist ein trennbares Verb.
Future.
Yeah, Premvada, can you help?
Kann ich probieren es?
Ja, Uma?
Schwer gefällt?
Nein. Premvada?
Schwer gefallen?
Schwer gefallen ist gut, aber dann was kommt hier?
Haben, Sir.
Sir, das viel besonders den Kinder schwer?
Perfekt, bitte.
Perfect haben.
Das ist perfekt hier. Come on, people. Das ist besonders den Kindern schwer gefallen. Fallen, viel, ist gefallen.
Mit
Ist
sein,
das
ne?
schwer
Ja, fallen auch
gefallen
mit
ist
sein.
reflexive,
No. We are not talking of gefallen, we are talking of fallen.
fallen.
Fallen, viel, ist gefallen. So, das ist besonders den Kindern schwer gefallen. That was especially difficult for the children. Because we could not go to a cinema, we could not go to meet friends, and that the children found very difficult.
So when we are writing in, it's a schriftliche Erfahrung. So dann das war.
Ja.
Why das ist das war. Das war besonders den Kindern schwer gefallen.
That had been difficult for the children. Rather than that has been difficult. We could not go, and that was difficult. In English, it was difficult. But that has been is not very commonly used in English. Possible, but lots of things have changed in English grammar.
But now, what is the correct sentence here? Das war oder das ist?
I would go with ist. You have the sentence there with you?
Yeah, but yeah, it is not corrected there. So that's why.
I missed it?
In my, yeah.
So was hast du da geschrieben?
Das haben besonders den Kindern schwer gefallen.
I missed the correction. Entschuldigung, mein Fehler.
No problem. So this is my Frage. So das ist, I thought das war. Yeah, okay.
No.
Because we are writing a schriftliche
We
Erfahrung.
could not go. Remember, meistens, na, Präteritum, nicht immer. Meistens.
Okay.
So we could not go, and that has been difficult for the children. Not that had been difficult. It's too far back. This is the recent past. Because we could not go, it has been difficult. That is that.
So
yeah.
Yeah, das ist besonders den Kindern
schwer gefallen.
Okay.
Oh, Entschuldigung, das habe ich dann verpasst. I'll leave this here for this Übung for you to have a look at zu Hause. Vasu has already done this. Please try to solve this zu Hause. You have to choose the verb in the as per the blank and use the participle form. Right? So we'll just leave this here. And I would like you to come back to our textbook. Those of you who have the textbook, this is Seite 17. I'll just gloss over this page, please. How do you form verbs? Or how do you build sentences? So if you have a verb, man kann einfach ein Nominativ haben. Verb plus Akkusativ kann man auch bilden. Sehen zum Beispiel, der Junge oder ich sehe einen Mann. Ein Verb kann mit einem Dativobjekt kommen. Ein Verb kann mit zwei Objekten kommen. Ein Verb kann mit einer Präposition und einem Akkusativobjekt kommen. Ich schreibe dem Freund einen Brief. Ich kaufe ein Buch für meinen Sohn. Ich helfe meiner Mutter bei der Arbeit. So there are different ways that a verb can be used, and this is what it is about. Verben und Ergänzungen. How do we form these sentences? And do we remember these rules right from the first week itself? Zwei Nomen, Akkusativ und Dativ. Then Dativ Nomen kommt or steht vor dem Akkusativ Nomen. Zwei Pronomen, switch over.
Personal pronomen kommt erst.
Yes, personal pronomen accusative before the dative. If there is one pronoun and one noun,
Pronoun comes first.
pronoun comes first.
Yes.
I don't know whether I should be doing this rule here. Habt ihr so ein TK-Molo von dieser Regel gehört? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Can you explain what that rule is? How many of you are unfamiliar with this rule? Wer weiß das nicht? TK-Molo. Was bedeutet also diese Abkürzung, dieses Akronym?
Temporal, causal, and
Yeah.
local, aber more.
Yeah.
Causal,
Yeah.
modal and local.
So what does this mean here?
Temporal is time. This is the order of the sentence formation.
Correct.
So the time should be there. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the temporal. Then
Causal is
kyon.
varum. Yeah.
Yeah. Causal is varum. It need not always be there in a sentence, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it is there, this should be the sequence.
Right. Genau.
Sometimes it can be Timo L or sometimes it may Tekalo or Tekamo.
Correct.
Or Kamolo. So it's like
right. Yeah. Modal is we. How. Und lokal, wo.
Wo.
Yeah, sometimes also wohin. Right. For example, morgen fahre ich mit dem Zug nach Düsseldorf. Morgen
temporal
fahre ich mit dem Zug wie nach Düsseldorf, lokal. Morgen fahre ich aus beruflichen Gründen mit dem Zug nach Düsseldorf. Tomorrow, time, for official reasons, or because of official reasons, causal, I'm traveling by train to Düsseldorf.
Is it the same rule applied in English also?
Sir, modal is modal verb, sir.
Modal,
modal is
how, by what means.
Oh, okay. Sir.
This is just an acronym.
It's an acronym.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't go by the dictionary meaning.
Yeah, I got confused. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And at the same time, let me also alert you. This is only a rule of the thumb, Faustregel. It also depends on what you want to highlight. what you want to highlight also will change the sentence. For example, if you're using Ich fahre morgen aus beruflichen Gründen mit dem Zug nach, let's take a simple word, Bonn. Too much of things. So, ich fahre morgen, this is the first one, aus beruflichen Gründen, the second one, mit dem Zug is the third one, modal, nach Bonn is your local. So tomorrow, because of official reasons or for official reasons, officially by train to Bonn. You can also start with aus beruflichen Gründen fahre ich morgen mit dem Zug nach Bonn. Remember, in spoken language, there is something called Sprechintention, the intention of the speaker. What is it you want to highlight? What is it you want to focus upon? So accordingly, that's why I said Faustregel. A Faustregel is not a fixed rule. It's not a rigid rule. It's a normal rule that one learns, but can also reformulate it as per your requirement on focus. So careful here. This is the normal rule, or the rule normally taught to school children or at that level of beginners. Tekamolo. But don't be rigid here. Sometimes if something was missing, what will you do there? So this is not there, let's say. It's not there. Ich fahre morgen mit dem Zug nach Bonn.
Richtig.
Ich fahre morgen nach Bonn. Mit dem Zug also is not important. Also ich fahre morgen nach Bonn. Ich fahre nach Bonn. Morgen is also not there.
Ich fahre morgen. That's also there.
Ja, ich fahre morgen. Morgen fahre ich, geht es auch.
So, but ich fahre nach Bonn morgen is falsch.
Sorry, noch einmal?
Sir, I want to say in a wrong order is always wrong. You should always follow the same.
No, what was your Beispiel? Oma, what was your Beispiel? Ja, dein Beispiel bitte.
Ich fahre nach Bonn morgen is falsch.
Oh, it's possible.
Oh, then this rule will not come.
I'll give you the rule right now. Spoken, mind you, spoken.
Okay, sir.
Ich fahre nach Deutschland.
Yeah.
Nächstes Jahr. Nächstes Jahr.
Nächstes Jahr. Okay.
See?
Das ist möglich. Okay.
Because in spoken, I've given you a small pause. Vasu, ich besuche dich in Bonn.
Ja, herzliche Willkommen.
Nächstes Jahr.
Oh, that is so sweet.
Yeah, it's possible. So don't think that it's not possible. Right? Übrigens, vielen Dank. To complete our conversation, the small conversation, vielen Dank. So look at this here. This is a rule, like I said, Faustregel, rule of the thumb. If you are lost, you don't know how to put it, use this method. If you know exactly what you want to say, then you move things around. Remember, das Verb an der zweiten Stelle. Morgen fahre ich nach Bonn. Nach Bonn fahre ich morgen. Mit dem Zug fahre ich nach Bonn. Mit dem Zug fahre ich morgen nach Bonn. Mit dem Zug fahre ich nach Bonn morgen. Geht das auch? But im Vergleich zu den indischen Sprachen, you cannot put the subject at the end. Indian languages allow the subject to be put at the end. think of it in your mother tongues. Hindi, that "मैं" can come at the end. And I'm sure the same works in Tamil and Malayalam also. Ish can be put at the end in Malayalam. In Telugu it works. In Hindi it works. "मैं."
Kardu mein. Yeah.
Right? It works at the end. You can't do it in English. You can't put "I" at the end. You can't put "ish" at the end. Morgen fahre mit dem Zug nach Bonn. Ish. Not possible. So this is a very interesting chapter, very interesting lesson on how to build sentences, a complete revision of what we have done earlier. So am Ende ein interessantes Thema, glücklich sein. Und wir besprechen oder wir diskutieren das Thema ganz kurz. Und dann machen wir uns Gedanken darüber. Wir denken darüber nach. Und morgen sehen wir, wie das hier funktioniert. Also hier gibt es einige Symbole. Wisst ihr, welche Symbole so glücklich sind und welche Unglück? Was bedeuten diese Symbole?
Schwarze Katze ist unglücklich in Indien.
In Indien?
Ja.
Nein.
So black.
Black cat is unglücklich. Das ist aus den westlichen Sitten. The Kali Billi ka jo hai, it is a concept from the West. It was never an Indian concept.
No, in India, if the cat crosses, we consider that as a bad omen.
Wait, that has come from the West. It has come from the West.
But it is immaterial of the color. If a cat crosses, we consider it as a bad omen. Whether
Right.
it's white, black, or mixed.
Yeah, but wait, is it from left to right or right to left?
Both the directions.
Anyway,
There are specific things here. Von links nach rechts oder rechts nach links. Also, was ist eine Rabe? Let's go through it slowly. Glück oder Unglück? Rabe. Das hier.
Andanga.
No, Rabe we don't have in India. We have Krähe. K-R-A-H-E. Was ist der Unterschied? Krähe und Rabe. Jetzt ist das mein Gebiet.
Kaka, Andanga. In India, we have.
Nein, that is Krähe, a crow. This is Rabe, a raven. This is a European symbol, a European bird. Ravens, we don't get ravens in India. They come only up to the Kashmir part at the most and not south of Kashmir.
Yeah, sir. And they eat flesh actually.
They belong to the same crow family. They eat everything. They are omnivorous.
Oh, okay. I thought it's.
Oh, this is a raven, and a raven is normally shown to be a bird that is always there with a witch or a wizard. What is a witch? Yeah? A woman who performs magic, normally bad magic or bad spells, and curses people. That's a witch. Hexe of Deutsch. So a Rabe is a bird that is normally found with a witch. So this is Unglück. Unglück. What about this?
Wir haben viele Rabe hier.
Ja. Also Europa gibt es viele Raben. Es gibt auch Krähe da. There are also crows there. There are crows, there are ravens, there are also jackdaws. They all belong to the crow family. I'm an amateur ornithologist, a bird watcher. Amateur, I don't say I'm a professional. And that's been a hobby that is now slowly becoming a passion. It's also a passion to a certain extent. So we don't get these birds south Kashmir.
When
It's a raven.
it sounds like our throat infected crow.
Yes, yes, yes. Genau. Das stimmt. Very good, Vasu. So, was ist das hier? Also Unglück, rather Unglück. Hier?
This is glücklich, yeah. Fear Platten.
Ja, Blatt, das ist ein Blatt. Ein Blatt, B-L-A-T-T. Und Blätter, vier Blätter. So, adjectival use, vierblättrig.
Okay.
So, why is that considered Glück?
Normalerweise es hat nur 3.
Jawohl. Normally, this is clover, it's a clover plant. It normally has only 3 leaves. So if you see a clover plant with 4 leaves, it's considered lucky. The symbol is for luck. What about this Schornsteinfeger?
Yeah, chimney cleaner.
Yeah, Glück oder Unglück?
Glücklich.
Glück. Okay, Hufeisen.
Glücklich.
Glück oder Unglück?
Glück.
Glück. Und die Zahl 13.
Glück.
Unglück.
Unglück.
Von Christian Religion.
Yeah. History is interesting.
Yeah.
13
There
at the
was
last.
also a film, Friday the 13th.
Did you see it?
Yes, vielleicht. Als ich Kind war.
And did you find it scary?
Yeah, it was something scary.
Yes, I agree, because my wife and I walked out of the cinema hall. Okay, das war vor vielen Jahren. Schwarze Katze.
Unglück.
Unglück. Und das hier, Hand der Fatima.
Glücklich.
Glücklich, okay. And what about this here? Sternschuppe.
Glücklich.
Unglücklich.
Glücklich.
Glücklich.
Ist das
Das
so?
ist gut.
Normalerweise.
Tuta Tara.
Yeah. You make a wish when you see a falling star. You
Yes.
make a wish.
Oh, it's a falling star. Okay, I thought it is
a falling star.
Like
Like a meteorite. That's a meteorite. Okay. Chinesischer Drache.
Glücklich. Chinesische.
Ja, Schwein.
Ganz glücklich.
Lucky. Schweinhaben.
Yeah.
Ja, Schweinhagen. Und diese Winkelkatze.
Glücklich.
Winken.
Von
Das ist Winken.
Chinesische. Ja. Glücklich.
Winken ist to wave. Glücklich. Und schwarzer Spinner.
Unglücklich.
Unglücklich. And a little bit of mental work for tomorrow. Welche Symbole, Zahlen, Buchstaben haben wir als Glücks- oder Unglückssymbole? Oder kennt ihr als Glücks- oder Unglückssymbole?
Wie bitte? Wiederholen bitte? Ich kann verstehen den
Welche
Frage nicht.
Symbole, also hier, diese Frage.
Okay.
Welche Symbole, Zahlen, Buchstaben haben wir als Glücks- oder Unglückssymbole? Oder kennt ihr als Glücks- oder Unglückssymbole? I've changed the question a bit. Which symbols, numbers, or letters do you know of which are lucky or unlucky? Think about it. Morgen erwarte ich eure Beiträge. I'm waiting for your contributions tomorrow. Which of these or which are others that you think are considered lucky in your family, in your region, in your languages, or whatever?
Alles klar.
Ja, morgen diskutieren wir darüber. Ganz kurz, and then we go on to the next part.
Vielen Dank. Dann
Ja.
wünsche ich einen schönen Tag nach. Alles bis morgen. Danke.
Bis morgen. Gibt es sonst noch Fragen?
Nein, danke, Herr Professor.
Nichts? Keine? Also, Kuschi, Gratulation.